How are you going to ignite your yoga practice and get better? Here's step one. You got to think of this concept: beginning, middle, and end. You're going to do something different in the beginning, different in the middle, different in the end. The biggest mistake I see students make is they go too far too soon. What's the problem with going too far too soon? Is your body tightens up to protect itself. You're starting to go really deep into the pose right away. The body's not ready for it. So all of a sudden, the body goes, what's going on? What's he doing? And it tightens up, and then it won't allow you in. You get stuck. You've created resistance within yourself. So what you have to think is less in the beginning. Take your time. Now your body will respond, not react. Now it's going to trust what you're doing and allow you to go further into the pose. So let's look at a posture like standing bow, for example, one of the iconic postures in the hot yoga world. What happens is people kick too high too soon, and when you kick too high too soon, your standing leg hamstring is not going to allow you to go further down into the pose. So how high should you kick? It really depends on the flexibility of your hamstring, of your standing leg. I did a couple videos on standing bow. If you really want to get into the details, check out this video, and then this video is part 2. But how high you kick is really important, so you have that concept, okay, now the beginning of the pose, I know how high I'm going to kick. Everybody's different. Every day is different. You're coming off a weekend, maybe a pretty intense weekend.
That's not going to happen.
You go to Monday, and all of a sudden you're going to be a lot tighter than if you've been doing it every day. And now it's Friday, you're going to go a little deeper. So your beginning could change.
I feel great.
So here's step 2. First set should be completely different than the second set. I like to tell my students on a regular basis, the first set's an awareness set. It's an alignment set. It's a where are we at set. We can figure it out. The second set, once we have that information, we're going to use the first set's information to go further into the second set. Now, some of you may say, well, Patanjali says in his Yoga Sutras, we need to be still within our pose. Therefore, that would really not allow for improvement if you're just still in your position. Patanjali was talking about sitting in meditation postures. 2,000 years ago, when Patanjali wrote the Yoga Sutras, he had asana in mind so the yogi could sit for long periods of time in meditation, especially up into the caves of the Himalayas. He's not talking about doing the athletic type of yoga that we do in Hatha Yoga system, which came 1,000 years after Patanjali. And if you're watching this video and you clicked on it because you want to improve in this pose, the concept is that we need to continue to move within the pose, not to stay stagnant. So let's go back to the standing bow again. And if you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So the first part, the beginning is over. We figured out how our beginning is, and now we've got the middle. She's going to kick up just a little bit, and so she can come down to where the stomach is parallel to the floor. And then the foot will eventually come out the back of the head. And now the middle this really where the holding comes in. We're holding the position and the body starts to move. The body starts to give way. It starts to become pliable. That's the middle part of the section. Found our starting position. Now we're in the middle. Now the body becomes more pliable. Now the connective tissue begins to open up for us and we start to stretch. We can feel the stretch within. That brings us to the third part, the end. Now toward the end of the pose, we start to kick. Now if you're a teacher, you want to let them know that the end of the pose is about to happen. Maybe do a 5-second countdown or just say, okay, couple more seconds. Now it's time for you to kick. Now you start to reach the arm forward. Kick that leg backward. Feel your body elastic and pliable. And now you want to peak at the very end. And that's how you come out of the pose, reaching your full potential. Be consistent. Do yoga on a regular basis. I did a video a while back called How to Keep Your Practice Consistent. Every single day. Now, I'm not a proponent of doing 7 days a week. I know a lot of times in the Bikram community, they have a 30-day challenge. I was never an advocate of the 30-day challenge. I think you should take 1 day off a week to let the body recover. Like bodybuilders, they can't do weights at one particular body part every single day. They have to let the body recover. I feel the same thing in yoga. At least 1 day a week, 2 days a week, give your body a chance to rest. However, keeping it consistent is key because if you're doing yoga every other day, you're always playing catch up. I would start my practice on Monday, and by Friday and Saturday, I'd be peaking. There was a momentum that I was building. Sometimes I'd take off Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes I would just take off Sunday. Monday would be my stiffest day because I'm recovering from the day off. If you're doing yoga every other day, you're always in catch up. Therefore, you're not letting the momentum build. So you do it every single day. By the end of the week, you should see this exponential growth and improvement within your practice. Let's go back to standing bow again. What I see most people do, let's watch this video. They go down into the pose, they stay there, and they hold the pose. I don't see anything happening. They're holding the pose, nothing's happening, and the posture is over. So what do we have to do? We understand what our beginning process is like, depending on the flexibility of your hamstring, how high you're going to kick, what day of the week it is, how you're feeling. You get down into the position, and now it's time to kick. Now it's time to get that body elastic. Now we want to see the movement within the pose and the improvement taking place. The only way you're going to do that is to understand this concept and now start to kick. At the end is when it all starts to happen. Not at the beginning when your body is tight and resistant, but at the end when your body fatigues, it's more pliable, and that's when you can take it to the next level. Step number 3 is that you're doing the posture properly, the proper alignment to get you into the full position. Therefore, you need to seek out a teacher. Pre-pandemic, you had to live in Fort Lauderdale in order for you to take my class. Now we have an on-demand membership. You can take class with me every single day. We also have an on-demand teacher training program where you can send videos of yourself practicing, can watch that video, and then give you specific corrections to coach you to get you to that next step, to get you to that next level. Not just your yoga practice, but also your yoga teaching. So you want to make sure you're in the proper position and alignment. And then by being in the proper position and alignment, put forth your best effort, which takes us back to step 1, understanding the concept of beginning, middle, and end. Now we understand the concept of alignment, and now we put forth our best effort. In my teacher training program, you had to live in Los Angeles, and we did 3, sometimes 4 classes a day. 3 of those classes were with Bikram. And in our teacher training program, there's only 3 of us. We never came out of the posture before Bikram told us to. So even though Bikram might be talking about why we were born in the wrong country and how much better India is than America, and we're sitting there in the triangle pose and we're like, okay, come on already, this is like 2 minutes. We never gave up from the position. Now, we were a lot younger then, and I'm not saying you should do that because you want to honor your level, but what I'm saying is challenge yourself. Don't give yourself the way out. Baron Baptiste, a good friend of mine, used to say, child pose is always there for you. And now I use that as a joke to my advanced people when they start to slack off. I said, oh, are you okay? Because child pose is always there for you. Challenge yourself, but at the same time, honor your level. I did a video on honor your level a while back. Check that out as well. So let's put it all together. We got the concept of beginning, middle, and end. We want to stay consistent in our practice. 4 to 5 times a week is great. 6 is ideal. I'm not a big fan of 7. Take 1 day off, give your body a rest. Proper alignment. Make sure you have a good teacher. I can be your teacher and your coach. Look at the descriptions down below. And putting forth your best effort. You're putting forth your best effort. You're doing yoga on a regular basis. You're in the proper position. Then you're doing the best thing you possibly can to improve and to ignite your practice. If that's your goal, if your goal is to get better, you will get better. So we put all this together, and I guarantee you will improve in your practice. Once again, look down at the links in the description below for my on-demand membership, also my teacher training programs, and I can be your coach. Now with the help of technology, I can be your coach and get you to that next level and ignite your practice even further. So that's our episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jimmy Barkan. Been teaching hot yoga for 40 years. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell. Smash the like button. Leave a comment because I get to all the comments down below. And I'll see you at the next video. Bye, guys.